3, 2, 1, go! Easy right. Easy left. Easy right. Over jump. Easy right. Long medium right. Next one. Easy right. Over jump. Easy left. Very long easy right. Long easy right, baby. Very long easy left. Next one. Medium left. Right. Easy left. Next one. Stay left. Medium right, baby. Wow. Long easy left. Caution. Hairpin right.
Games, brains are being life here with another episode of the Flashback series. We are talking about Sega Rally Championship on the Sega Saturn. You're probably thinking, wow, this will be the shortest one I ever do. It's going to be short.
Yep.
Sega Rally Championship, 1994 racing video game developed by Sega AM3 and published by Sega. Originally released for the arcades. It was ported over to Sega Saturn in 95 and Windows in 97. The unique selling point of Sega Rally Championship was the ability to drive on different surfaces with different friction properties, with the car's handling changing accordingly. Colin McRae Rally later on the PlayStation would really nail that aspect.
Yeah, definitely.
As the first racing game, Sega Rally was the first racing game to incorporate this feature. It's considered to be a milestone in the evolution of racing games in general. It was also an early rally racing game and featured co-op gameplay alongside the usual competitive multiplayer. As always, likes, dislikes, favourite moments, scenes, bits of music. Good God! I have 2 for likes, 1 for dislike, and 1 for favourite moments. So, right, likes. Let's be honest, the selling point was the different environments. And it was what was so cool at the time. I remember Sega Rally on the Saturn. I even remember it in the arcade. And yeah, those different environments were kind of cool. Used to love Forest, the mud piling up on the side of your car.
Yep.
It looked so fucking cool. I'd never seen a race. Bear in mind, yeah, think about it. Sega Rally was our jump to the 32-bit era. So before that, we were playing Mario Karts and stuff like that. We had Sega Saturn came to us before PlayStation. In fact, we had Sega Saturn, thanks to our older brother Brendan, who was a not just an early adopter, a day one almost adopter. Paid, I think it was like £500 for it back in the day. So Sega Rally, I think, came with it. So yeah, a lot of fond memories of Sega Rally in that. And Forest is always the race that sticks out.
Yeah, there's constantly when he questions the wall and hitting going, go, whoa.
Oh yeah, of course, because it's a rally game.
Yeah. Again, I've got pretty much the same thing as you. It literally is a part of history, you know. Literally, I've said, even now, whenever I go to an arcade, I always play that at least once, you know.
Yeah, I would as well.
Pound to go though. Pain in the ass, pound to go. But
times have changed.
Yeah. No, but like I said, this the first major racing game which really changed your experience of racing games. Even though I'm not a big fan of racing games.
Same.
But
which ties on my next one as well, which was simply bear in mind the jump that we were saying just previously, America and all that. This was the first. This felt like a real racing game. It felt real. The handling, the environments, the style, the car. Particularly if you played in the arcade with the wheel. You know? Yeah. Is that it?
I've got the maps. You know, so I thought each map, the background was quite nice.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I think other than the forest one, there's one where you're like driving in buildings and rooftops, and you drive down the buildings, and literally the background was actually for a Sega Saturn. The graphics were quite impressive. You know.
I agree.
And I got a third one, like just the car. I thought that the car was quite nice too. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is it. Dislikes then?
Levels wise, they were very short. That's it. There's not much I can really say about it, really.
I've got to say, I got something similar. There are 4 levels. There are 4, and 3 of them. The fourth is only unlocked after winning across all three. So if you remember Sega Rally, the idea was you started off in like, I can't remember, 16th or something like that, and across each race you would be slowly making your way through the pack. If by the end of I can't remember the last one, it's desert. Anyway, the last one, if you won first, you would unlock the fourth one, the car and all that. Mm-hmm. Now I know it's an arcade game, so that's why it's so little.
Yep.
But yeah, man, like, come on, man, you could have, Sega Rally, you could have fucking put a bit more effort for the Sega Saturn ports. So yeah, there's 4 levels, and that is it. There ain't much replay value. It's pretty much done and dusted.
That's why I said once you complete it, what's the point of going back?
Absolutely.
There's no point. It's just basically nostalgia.
Yeah. And that brings us to favourite moments, scenes, bits of music. Do you have anything? I've got one.
Turning it off.
Turning it off.
So, I mean, there's nothing really you can really say about it, really, because it's a car racing game with 4 levels.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you're thinking of favourite moment, a scene or a bit of music, it doesn't apply here. There's no memorable music. There's no scenes. The best I've come up with is the very first time, and I don't know if we knew this at the time, that you unlock Lakeside. So you finish in first at the end of the 3 races, and you're like, oh, there's another level. Cool.
Oh well, I suppose it'll be like a
nice
bonus.
Surprise. Yeah,
a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got.
I'm gonna say the guy who speaks.
Okay.
Because he goes easy right and easy left a lot.
Oh god, hard
easy
right.
Yeah, easy left, easy right.
I'd forgotten that shit.
So I'll give him, whoever that is, he deserves top marks.
Sega RallyChampionship on the Sega Saturn. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on GBHBL.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?